Welcome back, everybody. We're going to start a little bit early, give Simamar a bit of a recap, catch him up to speed.
Yeah, because last I remember we were at the dinosaur park going on a date. And it was really cool.
It was really fun. Went really well.
Ah,
You guys
typical.
destroyed the room.
Ah,
So, you remember that. You guys finished that up. You guys decided to settle down. Riven was on Dragonite Island researching. Field Knot was somewhere researching. Um, you guys got a room, boom, did your long rest, which still wound up, wee hours of the morning because adventurers don't have a fucking sense to get up at the normal
Oh,
time of the day.
have a sleep schedule.
Shion decided that they wanted to contact Riven, let him know that we're ready to go. Riven tried to get to you guys, and he was blocked. He wound up visiting Elysium, where he was being chased by someone.
oh,
Frantic
fun.
call to get out of there. Field Knot grabbed him, brought him to where he was, and the time is irrelevant. He then opened up a portal above Shion to deposit Riven with you guys, but Riven was blocked. He could not get through.
Huh.
Through either pushing, pulling, Vondar even stepped up and reached up through the portal on your end and tried pulling him through. There was a bit of a slime coating Vondar. You guys deduced that there was a greater deity involved at blocking him from returning. Riven got the smart idea to say, "Wow, great! Why don't you just smite me?" And then he got turned into a cute little blue slime.
Oh, nice.
And then he could go through the portal. There was a little bit of a back and forth with, getting used to a new slime and Shion picking him up and putting him uh, on the back of his dragon.
Oh, he can ride his dragon now.
Also,
Yes.
while this portal was above my head, I had the bright idea of getting out of the inn so that I did not damage the inn, using Misty Step outside of the window. And the portal followed me and tore a massive hole in the side of the inn. So that was fun, and it resulted in the campaign's first and or this campaign's first and lamest use of the wish spell, as I
What?
used it to cast I used it to cast a lower level spell, which is the base ability for a wish, to cast what was it?
Fabricate to
Fabricate.
fix the hole.
Fabricate to fix the fucking wall.
Actually, I hate to burst your bubble. You are the third use of wish.
In the spell in this campaign.
Yes, somebody got the is it the stars card or it was one of the deck of many things
Someone got a
cards.
lucky pull from a deck earlier.
I see.
But
You were the
still,
first
you're
one physically cast it.
Cast the spell under my own power.
yeah.
There you go. So we won't pull that from your bubble. While Riven was getting used to their new form, realizing that they don't have a book and they don't have the robes, they don't have anything. Field Knot opened a portal and dropped it all there. They put it in a bag of holding. So Riven's having a hard time casting spells. You decided to get out and head north, where you came across a bunch of Rimmeraz, huge Rimmeraz holes. Shion looked back and saw, what was causing it and let the group know. And you were debating whether to stop and encounter some when you saw them, and then you just decided to, the cart's faster than them, and you just flew past them. Took a little bit of rock damage as they were busting out, but that was an encounter you guys passed. You saw a herd of Chiron, however you want to say it, the celestial golden horse-like creatures, even though they're not a horse, but they're horse-like.
Irons, yeah.
Yep.
What is a horse?
You made it to the wall where you had to answer a couple questions, and you were able to, because you're on a quest to deal with some stuff in the north, you were able to pass. You found out the wall is about 200 miles thick. Once you got through the wall, you were then in the woods, and you were told careful because you don't want to go venturing off in the woods because you're going to get lost. As you were traveling, there was, as people were saying, lame calls trying to get you to go into the woods, but you guys didn't have to roll or anything, so you guys didn't try to.
Oh,
You didn't really come across any. Oh, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Before you got to the wall, I forgot about the gnolls. You were traveling. Vondar, you guys had spotted gnolls coming at you. Vondar waved at them. A couple of them waved back, and then they got smacked. So Vondar cast darkness on the cart. You guys started heading forward. The gnolls cast like spirit guardians around them. So Vondar's like, the heck with this. He plane shifted you guys out of there, and then plane shifted you back up further down the road, where the gnolls had saw you guys come through, and they crashed and weren't as fast as you guys, so you guys got out of there. So
exciting.
back into the woods, there was no encounter in the first part of the woods. You made it to the first city. You guys did a long rest in that city. One of the innkeepers, or the innkeeper there, had an owl bear for a pet. On leaving that place, you guys bumped into a small army of elves on chocobos, and through your conversations, Shion had talked about some Murmuraz putting holes in the mountains because they were asking about holes in a wall, and they proceeded to charge towards the Murmurazes, which were like
Multiple
several days
march
away.
They just
Yep.
started charging.
Mhm.
It, from like the middle of the forest, from several hundred miles away, we're going to charge. And, I like to think that they charged all the way there.
Did you ask them if they needed gold to buy a house?
No, that did not come up in conversation.
They probably did, and that's why they did it. I hope the chocobos also needed gold to buy a house, because they're going to be very tired otherwise.
After that encounter, you guys made it to Methalans, where guards stopped you and questioned what you were doing. When you told him where you were headed, he said for 700 iridium he could cut your time in half by getting you to the edge of the woods. And Fieldknot decided that that was too much money, and he persuaded him to cut the price down to 400 iridium.
We're multimillionaires, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey. We know when we're getting fleeced.
Yes, I think Feldnot said it afterward. It's not how much he was charging; it was the principle of it.
The principle of the thing. Fair enough.
We proceeded to touch a tree, crack a hole in it, and you guys went through there, and you guys came to the edge of the forest in the frozen north, where it was very cold, and you found out that all the stories are true, that it is way too cold in the north. If you're not resistant and have cold weathered gear, then you will start to freeze. And if you're immune, you still get cold. So the people of your group that were immune still put on cold weather gear just so that they wouldn't be
cold. I believe, right?
While everybody else is kind of like, has their hood up and, is like really bundled up and warm. Shion and Feldnot are, like we're wearing our coats, but maybe not on gloves all the time. The hood's down, and we're a little bit more comfy.
Just enough to take the bite out of the air. Where you proceeded to travel on that road and found frozen creature after frozen creature after frozen creature. Field not even tested the theory on one of them and cracked it, and it shattered into a million pieces.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping for free XP. Let's be honest.
I think it's already dead.
That's what they said. That's what everyone else said, but I had my hopes, okay?
Remind me, where is our final destination up in the north?
Clawford.
I thought you meant where we stopped tonight. I was about to say, you mean Party Central? With a grand total of 3 buildings?
Yeah, well, that was in further south, but no, there was like 12 buildings in the town.
In the if you hit J, you can pull up your quests. It is somewhere near Clafford in the frozen north.
Right. Oh,
Also-
and in this little podunk town that we're in right now, as we're resting in the inn, Shion kind of had like a little existential crisis in her room. Of like, oh my god, this is where I fucking am right now. A year ago, I was in a nice, comfy feather bed.
Oh, and Feldnot said he was going out into the middle of the night. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I never even made it to Stoneham. I jumped off the back of the cart because we saw a contingent of frost giants roaming around, and no one else wanted to stop, so Feldnot wanted to get into a fight. And he did.
Yep.
And now there may not...
Did.
I'm sorry, what?
I believe at the end of session you did make it to Stoneham.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's right, because I have unerring teleport for myself only.
It's kind of like how the teddy bears hate Yuki. Now the frost giants hate Feldnot.
Yes, so Semimar and Shion have created the Thunderdome myth that has been perpetuated for thousands of miles, and now there is the Nightshade, a massive, shadowy creature that preys upon young frost giant children when they're bad and are out of bed at night.
Those are the best rumors.
Right? Well, when they could only hit me every, 20th time, they decided, oh, fuck, this ain't worth it, especially since he's killing one of us around.
Customary 3 rounds into a fight, go, oh shit, and run away.
I don't even know if Feldnot would have shrunk down when he teleported, so just in the middle of Stoneham is this fucking colossal shadow bear.
And I believe you had finished a long rest. So...
Oh, also, Grim, just as a side note, we need to remember to add to Monday's quests. You guys have the quest that you accepted
Right.
from Thea.
Take care of the heart of the east. No, west.
I swear, I can't tell if you are doing it on purpose or if that actually is accidental, because it happens every time.
I think it happens more because I'm trying to make sure I get it right when I'm the GM. And I'm like, yeah, no, oh crap, no.
Oh, we lose.
Robbie.
Ah, I see.
Simar, one thing that was left out when we were traveling, I was using heat metal, which I can cast at will on an ingot to keep everyone warm. And if we have a little downtime here, I want to try and rig up something so that someone doesn't have to hold the ingot and we won't set the cart on fire.
It's It's one of those
Which-
old adages of if it looks stupid but it works, it ain't stupid.
Which, once
Oh.
everybody wakes up in the morning, Feldnot would inform them that is no longer necessary, as he produces a small sphere. Everybody here can be... While he has the sphere, everybody except for Shion, because she's the only one who doesn't need it, can consider themselves immune to cold damage and cold weather effects.
That's neat.
I had to literally give up a very powerful item in order to do this.
Was it worth it?
I mean, it's going to keep you guys from freezing to death.
Well, we'll see if it was worth it as we go further north, because I feel like it's gonna get colder.
I mean, you know, the colder it gets, the more likely we are to freeze, even with immunity.
Yeah.
There's this big, giant, silver asshole dragon who's making everything colder.
You know, I do not claim her anymore. You can, yeah. That is.
Boy,
I'm totally kidding. Actually, Feldnot is probably on good terms with said lady, since she is one of the dragon gods.
Yeah.
You know her well enough to call her an asshole, and she won't be mad.
He doesn't actually think she is. She knows that he knows it's not her fault. It's the effect of being a heart. You have environmental effects, just like the Heart of the West is creating an ungodly amount of spider webs that cover the western forest in a certain portion.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
And
I see
the
a lot of
giant
things
unending sandstorm in the south that the Heart of the South is causing. Although that poor bastard did get nuked last campaign, so he might not be feeling so hot.
I thought the Heart of the West died, or did they get a new Heart of the West?
East.
East. Yeah, if you actually look on the map, that right there is actually representation of the East being dead. There's a giant hole in the ground. Because it was a variant of a purple worm.
Wow.
Sorry, World Lore. Anyway, yes, you guys should be good for now. Like I said, as long as I have this item.
Riven.
I am Riven and I am sound mind. I am giving away all my worldly possessions to Shion.
As he jiggles.
The cardboard cutout animates.
Oh shit.
Oh, one thing I did forget to say was that during one of the nights, the little slime guy got frustrated and started pacing back and forth, and now he has tiny little dragonborn legs. And that is why there was the picture of Deadpool with the little legs in our chat.
I see.
Poor Riven had a hard time.
Well, I mean, you didn't hear this from me, but that being is not one to mess with. As you should know, Shion, he literally shook you down and didn't even come down here to do it himself.
I know. I didn't know that was the same guy, but yeah, you know, they're...
As far as I know, there are only two slime gods. And one of them's Akito, and I don't quote me on this. Maybe Simamar and Riven know better, but I don't think Akito's petty enough for this level of petty.
No.
As Simar remembers, he's been enlisted in the Air Force.
Yeah, I was a piece of cardboard, so I couldn't talk about that. So we will deal with that at another time.
Don't worry about it. If you're gonna need a replacement for your, what was it, a quaddle or
Quets.
a quad? Oh yeah, quaddle.
Well,
Yeah, you need one. I can make you a new one.
as far as they know, I am on a special mission.
I make air quotes with my fingers.
Special mission. You nods his head.
Special mission. Alright, should we get underway? Is everybody ready?
I think so.
I'm good.
As you guys pack up and you board your cart, and you remember, you're paid up for 6 more weeks here.
Oh yeah.
We have to pay someone to be here?
No, I already paid.
They stayed at an
It
inn.
was like a amount of money, but you know, I was trying to be nice to our host. And it's worth it to have our chocobos looked after for the night. Speaking of chocobos, Feldnot, is that orb gonna help our chocobos too?
Yes. Hold on. Let me just do some math real quick to make sure I'm not an idiot. Because last night me was an idiot. Translation to I was an idiot last week. So I just need to make sure I have it at the right levels.
It's okay. Shion is an intelligence 30, played by an intelligence 8. It's all good.
Hey, that's how I'm feeling right now. Feldnot's an intelligence 29, played by an intelligence 10 at best.
On a good day.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
after the last couple months.
As you get your chocobos out of the stable, one comes out fine, and the other one is passed out, drunk.
Wrong.
What happened to the chicken?
As when you take them out, you saw 2 mugs underneath each chicken, because you paid for them to get food.
Orphan feed.
Do any of you know, like, lesser restoration?
I have a solution, and I touch it and I cure it of poison.
That'll work too. As it wakes up. Hey!
Sorry to end your celebration, but we need to travel again.
Just wait, one more level. Guys, one more level, and I will be our cart's carrier.
Teleporting around the plane.
No, I was talking about I can take alter form at next divine rank, which is similar to shape change.
Very well.
Are you gonna swallow them?
No, it's gonna be like that. Do you remember that movie we saw in the theater the other day where the guys got to ride on a tiny house on top of a giant pig?
And then they cut the tauntaun open?
Yeah, that movie.
You mean the play? What's the movie?
Don't worry about it. Throw some sand in your face.
There's nothing but snow. Where did he get that sand from?
Pocket sand.
Ironically, I can pull off pocket sand because I have alter reality. That is the stupidest use of alter reality. Hey, Shion, you thought using Wish to cast Fabricate was stupid? Try using alter reality to make just a handful of sand.
No, it's on brand. Alright, we're having a great time. I will... No, I do not touch chocobos physically unless they consent. So I will not hook up the harness and stuff. I am just going to get into the back of the car.
I can do that.
I'm also still afraid of them, actually. That never really went away.
Have you tried petting them?
No. No. The
You
only
see,
thing
you
was,
scritch them right here, and they really like it.
no.
I will use Alter Reality to cast Polymorph on myself so I can turn into a black chocobo.
I'm gonna hide underneath the part. Let me know when we're ready to go.
I was hoping some exposure therapy would help. I mean, work.
But, I'm not petting you.
No, you're fine. I'm talking about her. If it maybe it was if it familiar face, familiar friend.
I just, it's fine. I mean, I've been working with the chocobos all this time. That hasn't changed. I can still tolerate their presence.
Can't you just alter reality so she's not afraid of them anymore?
You know that you're not wrong. I could, but there's some ethical reasons why I shouldn't.
Also, it's probably better if I just don't interact with chocobos, even accidentally. I it's fine. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Let's go. Let's go. There's a lot of ground to cover, and we are wasting time.
Can I cast True Polymorph on her Trussum and turn it into a tiny chocobo?
The Trussum. My Trussum?
Yes.
My Trussum is an owl.
Is it gonna be a chocobo?
No. Anyway, Bondar, you wanna drive us today, or is it Riven who usually drives us?
It's usually Riven.
I don't know. Somebody.
It's usually Riven. I drove for a little while till the cardboard cutout got here.
Riven was trying to get up his animal handling, but I think he got it. And he was like, what the hell am I going to do with this now?
Handle animals?
Alright. So as you venture forth, who is watching and who is driving? And if you are not doing either, what are you doing as you watch the scenery?
I would like to continue to work on perception expertise.
Okay, I am not an idiot. So yes, everybody has immunity to cold damage and cold weather effects.
Perfect.
I only had to give up something that was giving me a ton of energy and armor.
Oh, you never sent me the recipe list for the belt that you have.
Right. 1 second. Since this is an in-character thing, I'll throw it in your in-character chat.
Alright, who is animal handling? Is it going to be the cardboard cutout of Riven?
If no one else is doing it, then I can.
I got nothing better to do.
It's been a while since I've steered the carriage.
Yeah, okay. You can do.
As Simamar takes up the reins, you're heading north. 5 hours goes by. 6 hours goes by. 7 hours. So about 2 hours ago, dusk came. Starts to get dark. Boom. 2 hours, boom, into the darkness. In the road ahead of you, you see 8 torchlights coming down the road in front of you. Bondar with your passive and Shion with your 30. Bondar catches it just before because of his eagle eyes thingamabobbies. So Vondar, you would see 8 armored giants with all wielding a torch in one hand, and then in front of them you see looks like 2 orcs, and they seem to be, one of them is carrying a banner, and the other one is just walking.
What kind of giants do they appear to be? Frost?
As they get a little closer, and you're putting in, you think like, those are stone giants, and then you realize, no, that's not a stone giant. That's just the giant skeleton.
Oh, look, some are more undead.
Yeah.
You want to stop to kill these things?
Probably should.
Hold on.
We should probably talk
Turns
to
to
the orc,
turns to Vondar. Are they wearing any sort of vestments or like symbols of station? Just
One of them has a banner. Is there anything I recognize?
History check?
Sure, you guys can both give a history check. All right, so you got a 25 and a 26.
Yep.
From when you guys were studying regions and whatnot, Vondar mainly for like trying to figure out like if you were going to sell in the north, what would you sell? What do they need? What are they looking for? Shion, when you were, how to act when you go to the north and whatnot. But you both have come across this banner of the Lich God Ains Ol Guln.
No, you guys did not. That is copyright.
No?
He's been a thing for a long, long time. He's the
Literally been here since campaign 2.
We should leave him alone. These are his troops. Yeah, we don't need this heat.
Nope.
Agreed. It's a good thing I thought to stop. Thought to say something. I almost forgot where we were for a second. I mean, it's also just as likely that they could have been, soldiers of the Great Silver Dragon. Though I don't know why she didn't employ undead. She certainly could, though.
I don't think that's within her. Yeah, she could, but doesn't, to my knowledge. Anyway. Yeah, we should probably yield the right of way or off-road it until we clear the harbor.
That actually raises kind of an important question. Let me remember his name. Braisvelger. Is he a part of Einzelgohn's forces, or is he independent?
Where's Velger?
The guy that we're going to go kill, the corpse swallower?
That's a fair question. I don't know. I mean, I could ask if you want.
That would probably be a good thing to do.
All right, fair enough.
I will pull the cart to the side of the road.
As the contingent comes closer. The orcs notice you guys eventually, because you guys don't travel around with lights. They kind of salute you guys and say, "Safe travels, adventurers."
Return the gesture.
Are you guys friends with that corpse swallower guy?
At this, the two orcs pull over to the side while the giants keep walking. And then they tell them to stop. And they do. And corpse swallower.
Braisvelger, the corpse swallower, he is up near Clafford.
They pull out a little tablet.
Yeah, no, those magic tablets sure take they sure take quite a while to buffer.
They're freezing up.
Hmm.
Is there any other information you can give us on this guy?
Just we got a quest to take him out.
I can see if the Adventurers Guild has any other information about him. Do I need to make any kind of rule when using my guild card if my guild card still works?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
Unless he used a false name, I don't see him in our listings.
Awesome.
That was a smart thing there, Simar. You know, you have two people who have intelligence or close to or on intelligence 30 in this party, yet neither of us thought of that. This is why we need you.
You need someone to ask the important questions.
You know, sometimes when you think on that level, the most obvious of solutions evades you. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
My excuse is I don't normally have this level of intelligence. This belt is just making me smart.
Well, thank you for your time. They'll say to the two orcs.
If we're really into him this far south, I really hope we don't run into the bigger, scarier things that he has in as an employee.
What might those be? Because I have absolutely no idea.
I think they're called something called a Night Walker.
At this, orcs say, "Oh, if you don't want to run into those, stay out of the mountains. Safe travels, travelers."
Safe
As they
travels.
start walking off.
I whisper to the group, did he say stay out of the mountains when we're going into
He
the
said
mountains?
stay out of the mountains.
Son of a bitch! Well, as long as we stay on their good side, I think he has pretty much absolute control of his undead, so...
Let us hope. Or pray in this case? Isn't he
Wow.
a god?
I am praying, don't worry.
Cool. Speaking of gods, actually, Field, I have a question for you.
Okay, one thing at a time. He says no, we are free to kick this thing's ass. And now proceed with your question.
Okay. Okay, so back to my question. So you know the whole Thunderdome thing that's been, kicking up, just like with your Terror the Night for the Frost Giant Children's, rumors and tales that are growing, exponentially.
Yeah.
Aren't those like good sources for people to ascend to godhood? I mean, you already are, but
I mean, I'm a born god technically. The short answer is yes. You are 100% accurate. The long answer is that while you are accurate, you miss a vital piece in order for that to happen,
right.
which is called a divine seed or a divine spark. If you attain one of those, then I'm pretty sure you would probably ascend to godhood immediately, just based upon the sheer rumors and the fact that we have frost giants trying to find thunderdomes. The rumors have gotten all the way up here.
Huh. That is
I have one of
absolutely
those.
Do you?
Yeah, but they just keep telling me to plant it.
Other gods are pretty terrible about telling them things. Probably because they don't want to get smited by HR.
Can you plant that into a person?
No, I can't. No,
That's
I
what
am
she
fart.
said.
You're not wrong. Anyway, I can't know. I am too weak of a god. You have to be at least intermediate level. Or, in a more palatable term, I'd have to be divine rank 10 before I could do that. And the best I could do at that point is give you a rank 0. Which basically elevates you to hero status.
My hand kind of brushes along to teacher's hair.
Right, but isn't becoming hero status, isn't that gonna cause those waves to come back?
That is a
Or is
better
it a
question
different
for...
type of hero?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, technically, it's a different type of hero, but we still don't fully understand the waves. And the only ones who probably do are Thea and some strange man named Seeker.
Oh, what about that city
City. What
on
city?
the ocean?
Oh, they might know.
Cloud City?
I mean, they are like aside from a very select few places, at least on the material plane, they are like one of the best sources to get information from, provided she lets you in. I don't know, she's had trust issues ever since some weird druid stole her castle and then crashed it into her city.
Yeah, that sounds
She used to have this really cool castle that floated on a cloud that just kind of hovered above the Black City. But then this, like, upstart druid decided to... Is it Castle Jack? Carjack? Hijack? Something Jack? Cloud... Yeah, there we go. Cloud Jack. The cloud engine that controlled the castle. And then apparently... when his blackmail didn't go through, he decided to just crash it into the city. So she's had trust issues ever since Immortals.
Understandable.
The Cloud City is mildly xenophobic.
Especially if you're a teddy bear.
Wait a second. Out of character. Was this Wednesday again?
It was. Well, it was a combination of Wednesday and Monday. Yuki is from a Wednesday campaign, but this was like last session, or the last campaign, where, you know, it was, I think, a Monday character from previous campaign, or even the campaign before that, who crashed a fucking castle into the Cloud City, and Yuki understandably did not like this. But no, the Cloud City has always kind of been mildly xenophobic, and that it's like if you're not a resident, you're here to trade or limited facilities to the city, is how it was designed.
Right, okay.
But my statement still stands that if you did need information, at least on this plane, the material plane, that is one of the best places you can go. Especially since the Emerald Phoenix is no longer on the material plane.
Emerald Phoenix?
Used to be a really awesome university where you could go there and study to be anything and everything you wanted to be.
Right.
And plus, they pretty much had all the information there, too.
We found that place in the Dragon Isles.
Yes, it is now on the Dragon Isles. Thank you for reminding me. You see him pull out a tablet and make a note. You see, getting 29 intelligence does make you smarter, but if you come from having negative intelligence It doesn't mean you know how to use said intelligence properly. And without this belt, I have negative intelligence.
You think you're doing good.
Doing all right.
And Riven, didn't I tell you how to grow your seed?
Me?
I'm pretty sure you asked me and I told you how to do it.
No, I was never told.
You were. I actually have a note that says I told you. See, Simamar, another example of you might have the intelligence and the wisdom, but that doesn't mean you can use it properly.
Exactly.
Maybe you ought to retell him.
Your particular seed is grown by gaining the approval of 5 at least deity level deities, which means they have to be at least my rank or higher. Because up until rank 5, you're a quasi or hero deity. Or it's a more technical term is demigod, but if you're getting your godhood from outside familial ties, you're a hero or quasi deity. I just didn't feel like making it that complicated.
I think I might be able to do this. Maybe after I'm not a slime. We'll work on that.
I mean, we could always use another slime god, I guess.
Yeah. Well, if we look at the whole picture, I might have options. It's like, I may be able to use Keto, assuming he doesn't hate me. And then possibly Levin and Jim. Maybe honor. Then I'm. And you? Question mark.
Get back to you on that on a later date.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
I didn't straight up say no.
I would let you talk to teacher, but I don't know if she likes you very much.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, that would possibly also be an option.
It's been on my mind, but maybe we'll have that conversation soon. But that wasn't something that I was going to bring up.
Wait, what? I missed.
I was just saying, when she's a baby wizard, she's not going to be asked to be made a god, but that isn't a route that is available. And apparently she doesn't like you for some reason, so there's that.
Who doesn't?
Lucia.
Doesn't like me?
Yeah.
You dirtied her robes, you filthy plebeian.
I mean, she's probably angry with me. She doesn't like not like me.
You can. I mean, you probably don't need the doll to do that.
No, I don't. She'll yell at me later.
I'll look at the doll. Do you want to yell at him now?
She's oddly quiet.
Okay. I guess not. Onward.
Onwards and outwards.
Five more hours. Another 5 more hours goes by. Traveling this road north.
Hey, didn't we see that rock like 300 miles ago?
Don't start.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll shut up. He pulls out his book and starts reading again.
I mean, to be fair, everything looks the same out here.
You know, you'd think King Frinbrix would have done more development work.
Well, only so much development you could do when everything is snow and ice.
Misery.
Riven would also say, we also had the city locked down a lot over the past 20 years due to various reasons.
Now, that also does not sound helpful.
Kind of hard to expand when you have to moderate.
It's also funny when the dice tell the story, because I literally roll, like, every time a campaign starts, I roll to see what cities are destroyed, what cities are rebuilt, and if there are any new cities. And this campaign, I didn't get a single new city. After 4
But
rerolls.
we have made some new cities ourselves.
True, yes, you guys added Shademere, but there's still a giant blotch of nothingness up here somewhere.
As you guys are traveling, Sharon and Vondar, you hear flaps. And to your left, probably about a mile off the road, you see red dragon breaths. As you see one dragon breathes and one swoops up. You see another dragon breathe and 2 swoop up.
Dragons are dancing.
Or they're hunting.
They seem to be breathing on something on the ground and flying around.
Can I have Tim actually fly that way? Check it out and see what's going on.
As you turn to this, Vondar, with your eyes of the eagle, there's no scales on those dragons, they're just bones.
Yeah, undead dragons. They're probably working for the Lich God.
Second encounter, second undead roll.
This seems like none of our business.
Continuing on.
Are you still sending X?
No. Bondar's actually able to get an idea of what's going on, and we're good.
No, I just want to make sure before I moved on.
I'm driving home. It's going to be a little spotty, so I'll try to type from here on until I get
Don't text and drive.
text to speech. It's okay.
Don't text and crash. That's the big important one.
You travel a few more hours, the sun comes up, and oddly, it gets colder. As you look,
Bitch.
and where you were traveling across the frozen north, and it was just frozen everywhere. You now look in front of you, and you just see an ice wall across the whole ground. And where it's not road, there almost looks like the ice starts to spike up.
Up the ice wall, huh?
I don't want to climb up the ice wall.
It is not like, it's not so much a wall that you guys have to go up and over. It's more like you see this is the line to cross.
Oh,
So like a more like a half wall than a full wall, right?
Yeah. It comes up a
Boundary.
little bit. A boundary, there you go. Thank you. And on this boundary, to the left and to the right of the road, you see what looks like an orc that is half dissolved as this purple-ish bubbling ground is around it. You see an orc being dissolved on the left side, but you don't see any. You see the purple ground on the right side too. It looks like about a 20-foot round, 20-foot radius on each side of the road.
I don't like that.
have we stopped the cart yet?
You have never stopped a cart, so no. I'm just describing as you're coming up to this line and
Sure.
this area. It is not on the road. It is just to the left and to the right of it.
So what it sounds like is stay on the road.
Probably a good idea. I'm gonna take a rock and I'm gonna throw it off the road. See what happens to it.
Any particular place that you're trying to throw it as you're traveling 75 miles an hour?
Off of the road in the direction that seem to have dissolved these orcs.
Fairly difficult athletics because you are, unless you are slowing the cart down.
I have not been requested, so no.
As you toss it, you're fucking spot on with magic, but trying to toss a rock off into a 20-foot round radius while you're doing 75 miles an hour is not your gig.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be good, and it doesn't even need to be. It's just off of the road, and I'm looking to see what happens to this road.
Right back.
I'm doing the best I can. It doesn't need to be perfect. But does anything seem to happen to the rock? Alright,
Nothing that you guys see as you guys are going by it.
roger that.
And you guys got really good perception, so, you know.
Yeah, throwing rocks is not my forte.
– 29 hours after you left Stoneham, you arrive on the ruins of Doladon. Dolandadu. No one rebuilt it because no one can say it.
How large of a town is this?
It's a ruin.
I'm just asking how large was it?
This is a deep dive. Hold on. No.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
So it feels like we're making
Small
improvement.
town, roughly. You would think that probably 1,500 people used to live here.
1,500 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. Anyway, should we bed down for the night?
Yeah. I think so. Although I don't think we can make Thunderdomes out here.
That's Smoke. Thunderdomes appear wherever they want.
Can I use heat metal to melt a pit into the snow, and like a thunderdome?
Well, the big issue is there's no dirt.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we really wanted to, then we could try ice sculpting, but that's gonna be a lot of time, I would think.
I might be able to actually do something like that. Give me a second. Let me look at that thing.
Your heat metal idea would help you make a pit, but it will take a long time.
Yeah.
Because they're used to doing like the Thunderdome at 5-foot increments every 6 seconds. Your heat metal does like make a pit in the ice, but not that fast.
Alright.
Yeah, so if anything, we would have to carve out like a bunch of like ice blocks and start stacking them together.
How large is usually the Thunderdome in radius?
The arena floor is usually 20 feet radius, and then you have the walls, and then you have the trench, which both of those are another 5 foot of thickness. So it's actually fairly small, and that's only because it takes fucking forever to make something of that radius. Which you would think at this point we would have like we would have unlocked like expert mold earth or something that lets us do more or with less.
I'm going to use the Ring of Winter 4 times to make. What I can do is I can spend the necessary amount of charges of an interaction to create either an inanimate object's 2 charges or an animated object creature's 4 charges. The ice object cannot have any moving parts, must be able to fit inside a 10-foot cube, and has the density and durability of metal or stone. So I'm going to do that 4 times, so I have 4 10-foot cubes to work with. I'm going to use that to construct a dome.
We want to do the full dimensions of 4, 8, 12. You're gonna have to do that 16 times.
I cannot do that 16 times.
Oh.
So we get a mini dome with 4 times.
We can make mini dome.
The mini dome.
Limited edition. I have 4 charges left on my Ring of Winter.
Does it go away when you lose them all?
No. I get them all back at dawn.
Is anyone doing anything else?
Not much really to do.
Shion, can I borrow a teacher for a second?
Sure. I trust you.
T-
It hesitates to hand the doll over, but she does.
Run!
How big did you say you need that, Simimar?
Standard size is roughly 30 feet in diameter.
My eyes still not good enough.
I'm gonna use alter reality. I had to have teacher though, because she would know spells that I don't. So I just had to consult with her about spells I don't know. And I will use it to cast 4 times to be safe. Thin the ice. It does exactly what you think it does.
Either way, hopefully in a couple of years, and when they discover this dome, that this place could become a gathering spot, a town, if you will.
Again. Thunderdomes bring life back to the town.
And then I'm gonna also, after taking a rest, not a full rest, just, you know, a few minutes, because that's how alter reality works. I'm then going to use alter reality to cast Wall of Ice.
Smart. That makes it easy.
I have that one too, but it doesn't make a roof is the thing.
Thunderdomes don't have a roof.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm done.
The roof is provided by when we cast Leoman's tiny hut.
I will cast
and I
it
can-
next time, but
And then I will proceed to start casting Wall of Ice around it, so that we can form the correct size. And then he's gonna pass out for a little bit, because 6th level is a little taxing.
How long is that not out?
I had to go look.
6 rounds.
No, that is specifically for in combat. Out of combat, there's a minute threshold. Oh no, that's only if you affect more than one subject. Since I'm not affecting a player or someone else, then... Oh no, yeah, it's right here. 10 minutes per 10-foot cube affected.